Let's get started with our first news. Arman has recently taken aim at UFC lightweight champion, launching a scathing verbal attack that has added even more heat to the already intense rivalry within the lightweight division. His outburst follows the news that Islam vacated his lightweight title earlier this year, leaving a massive power vacuum in the weight class. When Islam, the Dagestani powerhouse, moved up to welterweight, the division's title was left open for the taking. Ilia quickly seized the opportunity, knocking out Charles Oliveira in a thrilling encounter at UFC 317 to claim the vacant lightweight title. However, not everyone is thrilled with how the situation unfolded. Tension has been mounting ever since Islam's departure, and top contenders have been vocal about their dissatisfaction with the new developments. Among the most outspoken is Arman, who has expressed his frustration with Ilia's approach to the championship. The Armenian fighter was initially set to face Islam at UFC 311, but a back injury derailed those plans, leaving Arman sidelined while Ilia captured the gold. For Arman, it was a tough pill to swallow, as he felt that he was deserving of the title shot, only to have the opportunity slip through his fingers. Now, from the sidelines, Arman has been watching as Ilia seems more interested in fighting fan-favorite fighters like Paddy Pimblett rather than facing off with the division's true killers. Arman is not happy about this, and it has led to mounting frustration, especially as he believes Ilia is avoiding the top contenders. As the days passed, Arman's frustration boiled over, and he decided to use social media to deliver a brutal roast aimed at the new champion. For those familiar with the UFC Performance Institute, it's well known that motivational quotes from fighters hang around the facility to inspire those who train there. One of the most famous quotes belongs to Islam, who once declared that he would fight anybody, anytime, and anywhere. This quote became iconic, representing Islam's warrior mentality and his dedication to taking on any opponent, no matter the circumstances. UFC President Dana White was so taken by the quote that he had it immortalized on the wall of the UFC PI for all to see. It reflected the very essence of Islam's dominance in the lightweight division and the respect he earned throughout the MMA community. But Arman saw an opportunity to take that motivational message and turn it into a clever jab aimed at Ilia. On X, formerly Twitter, Arman posted a message that poked fun at Ilia while referencing Islam's famous quote. Arman wrote, "Islam has a great quote at the UFC PI. He will fight anybody, anytime and anywhere. Hey Dana, maybe now's a good time to put a quote in the bathroom for Ilia reminding him not to sit down while pissing. Thanks, boss." With this comment, Arman managed to cleverly use Islam's words to call out Ilia, turning an inspirational quote into a brutal shot at his rival's character. The post quickly went viral, as MMA fans and analysts alike reacted to Arman's savage roast. The UFC lightweight division is already filled with tension, but Arman's comments only added fuel to the fire. As the top contenders continue to jockey for position in the division, it seems that Arman has made it clear that he's not going to hold back when it comes to calling out anyone who stands in his way. This latest social media roast has only intensified the rivalry, leaving fans eager to see how Ilia and Arman will handle the growing tension in the division. Before moving to the next news, we have one quick request for you. We're constantly working on improving our content to earn your love and support. That's why we truly appreciate it if you could take just a moment to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your support really helps us grow and bring you even better content every single time. And of course, don't forget to leave your opinion in the comments. Let us know what you think we should improve next. Your feedback means a lot to us, and we're always listening. Thank you. Move on to second news. The MMA world has been buzzing with speculation surrounding the return of Islam Makhachev. The Dagestani fighter shocked the sport when he vacated the lightweight title earlier this year, leaving many wondering about his next move. Makachev's decision to give up the 155-pound belt created a massive shakeup in the lightweight division, allowing Ilia to step in and claim the championship. While many thought Makachev might take some time off or prepare for another defense, he had bigger plans in mind. The announcement that he would be moving up to welterweight to challenge Jack Della Maddalena for the welterweight title caught fans and analysts by surprise. This move was especially shocking given how dominant Makachev had been in the lightweight division. For years, he had established himself as one of the most skilled and fearsome fighters in the 55-pound weight class, known for his wrestling, striking, and relentless work ethic. Fans and pundits had long anticipated his continued reign in the division, but now Makachev was eyeing a new challenge by stepping into the welterweight division. This shift in weight classes raised many questions, with fans curious to see how Makachev's skills would translate against the larger and stronger competitors in the 70-pound division. To further fuel speculation and excitement, Makachev recently posted on Instagram, offering a glimpse into his preparations for his move up to welterweight. The post showed Makachev enjoying a few peaceful moments, riding horses and spending quality time with his training partners at what appeared to be a serene ranch. The picturesque photos provided a sense of calm, but it was Makachev's caption that really got the MMA community talking. He wrote, "Finish the vacation with a horse ride. Let's work," signaling that he was ready to shift gears and begin serious fight camp preparations. The post not only reassured fans that Makachev was mentally preparing for his next challenge, but it also ignited speculation that he was gearing up for his next big showdown. Makachev's decision to move up a weight class to challenge Jack Della Maddalena for the welterweight title brings an interesting dynamic to the division. Maddalena, who has been on an impressive run, is known for his striking ability, and the matchup is already shaping up to be an exciting clash of styles. While Makachev is primarily known for his grappling and control on the ground, Maddalena has made his mark as a knockout artist, particularly with his precise and powerful punches. The prospect of these two fighters facing off is thrilling, as it represents a fascinating test of Makachev's abilities in a new weight class, while also putting Maddalena's title on the line in front of a global audience. Adding even more fuel to the fire, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Makachev's former training partner and longtime mentor, recently revealed that the fight will take place at Madison Square Garden, one of the most iconic venues in the world. The announcement of the location only increased the anticipation, as fans know that any event at MSG is bound to be a spectacle. Madison Square Garden has hosted some of the most memorable MMA events in history, and this fight could very well add to that legacy. As Makachev prepares for his welterweight debut, the MMA world is on edge, waiting to see how he will fare against the elite competition in the division. The stakes are high, and this fight is already shaping up to be one of the most eagerly anticipated matchups in recent memory. Fans and analysts alike are excited to see what happens next in Makachev's career, as he aims to prove that he can conquer yet another weight class on his way to securing even greater glory in the sport. Move on to another news. Meanwhile, in the UFC middleweight division, Borralho has made some bold predictions regarding the rematch between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev. Pereira, who is widely known for his incredible knockout power and precise striking, had a brief reign as the UFC light heavyweight champion after he defeated Israel Adesanya. However, his reign came to an abrupt end when he faced Magomed Ankalaev, who delivered a dominant performance that ended Pereira's title run at 25. Despite the loss, Pereira remains one of the most dangerous and feared fighters in the sport, with his knockout power still being one of the most lethal threats in the division. Fans are eagerly anticipating the rematch between the two, as it promises to be another explosive encounter. Borralho, a rising star in the middleweight division who has trained alongside some of the top fighters in the sport, recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming rematch between Pereira and Ankalaev in an interview. He is confident that Pereira will avenge his previous defeat and get his revenge on Ankalaev in their highly anticipated second encounter. Alex Pereira is a hard guy to fight because he's very intelligent, but I think this rematch will be mostly the same, Borralho said. He explained that Pereira's ability to defend takedowns will play a key role in the rematch, allowing him to be more aggressive and take more risks in his striking. With his knockout power, Borralho believes Pereira will be able to put on the pressure and find the finish he was looking for in the first fight. While Borralho acknowledges Ankalaev's toughness and resilience, he emphasized that Pereira's precision and ability to land devastating strikes make him a constant threat to anyone in the division. Pereira has shown time and time again that he can turn the tide of a fight in an instant, and Borralho believes that, with his refined skills and more defensive focus, Pereira will be able to capitalize on the opportunities that Ankalaev leaves open. The rematch is sure to be a thrilling contest, as both fighters have the tools to win in their own right. With Pereira's power and Ankalaev's well-rounded game, fans are in for a treat, as both fighters will bring their best to the cage. Expect fireworks when these two fighters meet again, as the stakes are high and the rivalry intensifies. The outcome of this fight will have major implications for the light heavyweight title picture, and it will no doubt be one of the most talked about events in the UFC calendar. Move on to another news. Meanwhile, in the lightweight division, Dan Hooker has been making some noise about wanting to face Arman. Hooker, who has fought some of the top fighters in the division, explained why he is now pushing for a fight against Arman. In an interview with Submission Radio, Hooker laid out his reasoning behind the call-out. He pointed out that fighters like Max Holloway, Islam Makhachev, and Ilia were already involved in other high-profile matchups, leaving Arman as one of the last top contenders without an opponent. Obviously, Islam's going up to welterweight. Ilia will probably fight Justin Gaethje. That leaves Holloway, and Holloway ain't going to fight Arman. No one wants to see that. Holloway will probably fight Charles Oliveira. Gaethje will fight for the title, and then that leaves my man Arman. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight that makes sense, Hooker said. He went on to explain that Arman had turned down a fight against the highly ranked fighter Matt Gamrot, and now it seemed clear that the next logical step for Arman was to face Hooker in the octagon. Hooker made it clear that he doesn't have any personal animosity toward Arman, but believes that Arman is the best fighter in the division when it comes to winning fights. While Arman may not be the most dangerous fighter in the division, Hooker feels that he is the best at outworking opponents and winning decisions. Hooker's comments reflect his respect for Arman's fighting style, and his belief that Arman's ability to win fights by dominating control and outworking his opponents makes him a strong competitor. Hooker admitted that while Arman may not be the flashiest or most dangerous fighter, he has the right skills to get the job done. Hooker believes this makes Arman the perfect challenge for him, as he's looking for the toughest possible test in his career. Hooker also revealed his excitement about the possibility of fighting Arman in New York, despite the fact that it would be a 16-week turnaround after recovering from a hand injury. It would have been cool to fight in Perth and headline with Arman in Perth, but it would have just been 8 weeks. New York is 16 weeks. Would have been a bit of a rush for the hand to be good and ready for UFC Perth. But I still was gonna do it because I wanted to do it for the fans and do it for the UFC. Hooker explained his desire to give fans a great fight and the opportunity to compete in one of the most iconic arenas in the world. Madison Square Garden shows Hooker's dedication to the sport and his fans. With the fight potentially taking place in New York, fans are excited to see this battle between two top fighters in the lightweight division. Both have the skills and the heart to deliver an action-packed fight, and the stakes are high for both Hooker and Arman as they seek to solidify their place among the best in the UFC. This matchup has the potential to be one of the most talked about in the division, and fans can't wait to see who will come out on top. Move on to another news. Finally, as UFC 319 approaches, Arman has offered a sneak peek into Khamzat's training camp for his showdown with Du Plessis. Khamzat, who is known for his intense training regimen, is leaving no stone unturned as he prepares for one of the biggest fights of his career. The stakes are high for the Chechen-Swedish fighter, who is looking to continue his rise in the UFC and make a statement in the middleweight division. Arman, who has trained alongside Khamzat, has been providing valuable insight into Khamzat's preparations. He revealed that Khamzat has always been known for his relentless work ethic and grueling training sessions. However, Arman also disclosed that in the past, Khamzat's tendency to overtrain may have negatively impacted his performances inside the octagon. Overtraining while demonstrating a fighter's dedication can lead to exhaustion and even injuries, potentially diminishing peak performance on fight night. This has been a concern for Khamzat, and it's something he has worked hard to address. Arman explained that Khamzat is now taking a more balanced approach to his training. The Chechen-Swedish fighter is being closely monitored using advanced recovery devices that track his physical condition daily. These devices help Khamzat and his team ensure that he is not overtraining, which could hinder his ability to perform at his best. Arman mentioned that this improved focus on recovery is a vital change in Khamzat's preparation, allowing him to train harder while staying at optimal levels of physical fitness. As UFC 319 approaches, Khamzat's camp is geared toward ensuring that his mind and body are fully prepared for the battle against du Plessis. The training camp seems to be more scientifically managed, focusing on recovery and quality over quantity. This has led to much anticipation as to whether this new approach will help Khamzat reach his full potential in the octagon. Fans are eager to see how the adjustments in his training affect his performance when he faces du Plessis, a formidable opponent who will test Khamzat's skills and resilience. Khamzat's intensity and passion for training have always been a key part of his persona, but now, with a more measured approach to his camp, all eyes will be on him to see if this revamped training regimen can help him secure a dominant victory over du Plessis. The fight promises to be an exciting test of Khamzat's abilities, and with his improved training strategy, he will look to show the world that he is ready to take the next step toward becoming a UFC champion.